Mining job hunt video. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we are going to collect mining jobs for the sponsors mining jobs to apply for. So this is the page where we load up all the jobs from around the country that we think you should be applying for once you've done either the DIY or the work ready packages. But before we go and have a look at the jobs, I just want to say congratulations to Dempsey, who sent me this wonderful video in, just letting me know that he got himself a job in Kalgoorlie as a truck driver, starting on $470 a day, which is a really good starting wage. So congratulations, mate. You can see his story in this video that I've done, Retail to Mining, how one of our subscribers got his job. So yeah, just like Dempsey, you can do it too. It's just a matter of putting the effort in and following the instructions and going where the employers want to hire the new starters and giving them what they want, somebody that knows how their mine works. So congratulations, mate. I know you'll do a really good job. So over to Seek, and let's type underground in and give it a spin. And first off is we've got a new project in New South Wales. So this, they might not take people, entry-level people straight away, but within 6 months they are going to be desperate for people, because as they punch the levels down, the mine will expand and they are going to need a lot of new truck drivers. Drilling services. Underground service crew, Northern Star. Experienced trades. Underground Diamond Drillers Offsiders. Entry level position. Drill staff. So it looks like that could be a good opportunity to get in. Niche again. Development operators. Northern Star, what a Northern Star looking for? Charge up booger truck. So full crew ads are a good way to apply for jobs, because not a lot of new starters applied that way. So if you've done the training, it can be a good way to get your resume across. Underground service crew. So that's page 1 down. So I've seen a few people have been engaging in on social media, so well done to everybody that's been engaging. Thank you very much. Shout out to Grace. I'm sure that your time will come very shortly. Just keep applying, and that's the big thing, is just to keep applying. You only fail when you give up. You just need to keep going, and it'll happen. It happens quite often. And you can have a look at this one. It just shows you how desperate they are for people. Is that if you have a look at the wage component, this is a truck driver, underground truck driver on 2 and 1. Okay, so it's 2 weeks on, 1 week off. Or most of the other jobs that we look at are week on, week off. But it's 120 to 140,000. They need bums in seats. Everybody's making bucket loads of money at the moment in the hard rock underground industry, but they do not have enough experienced people, and that's why you get headhunters like these guys offering wages like that. But that's what's going on. So we'll load that up. You can take that from there. Mining operator, underground drillers offsiders, Swick. Tends to ebb and flow a little bit. You might have one hot week where you have a lot of new starter jobs, and then 1 week where it's a little bit quiet. I try and get everybody to set it up so they're looking at it every single day, because sometimes the jobs only go up for 2 or 3 days, and sometimes I miss them when I just do them once a week. So if you're looking at it every single day, that's probably the preferential way of doing it. It's pretty easy to set yourself up with an alert and all that sort of stuff, so it'll send you anything that comes up that meets your requirements or your match. Shift yard hand, so that will be an entry level, because if you want to go underground from that position, you'll be able to with burn cut. Projects, pace crew, yeah, we'll post that one for people, because one of the big things that we're finding is that there's a lot of people getting on as Agi operators, and there's a number of people getting on using the training with the pace crew. With the Agi driver, the training comes in really handy, being able to find your way around the place, so you know what everybody's doing, and it's much more easier to navigate around when you know what's going on. And with the pace crew, it's knowing the job and knowing service crew and how you're going to put polypipe together again and all that sort of stuff, and having an understanding of scaling and all that sort of stuff. That's what gets you across the line with that. They just, like all the employers, they just need people that they can throw in the deep end. And I know I say it a lot, but the biggest problem that they've got isn't teaching you the actual job that they want you to do. It's teaching you enough about everything around the mine so they can leave you alone in the mine by yourself. Because if they can't leave you alone in the mine by yourself, then you don't have a job. And that's, it's as simple as that, unfortunately. And lots of people can't get their head around how the mine works for whatever reason. They can't get themselves up to speed quick enough, or they just don't get it. And if you fall into that category where you're not going to get it quick enough, then it's really hard to do anything but fail, unfortunately. And that's what happens a lot. So yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I like the training that we've got, and I encourage people to go and do it, because knowing how it all works and being able to follow the morning meeting from day one is going to make a huge difference on how your mining career goes. Because if you get taken seriously at an early stage of your career, then it's really easy to get advancement, especially in the boom that we're in at the moment. But if you flounder and they not sure whether they can trust you and all that sort of stuff, it can set you back 12, 18 months before you get another opportunity, or prove yourself up enough so they'll be prepared to give you another opportunity. Because for whatever reason, they only promote people that they think are going to, if you give them a reason not to think that you're going to succeed in something, then that's just enough for them not to take the next step and trusting you to promote you. So if you do have an incident like that where it causes them to go, okay, well, we're not going to fire you, but we're definitely not going to promote you either, then you need to take assessment whether you're going to do your 6 months there and then move on to a different site, or whether you're just going to do your suck it up, do your 12 to 18 months and prove to them that you can be trusted. And that's the big thing. You need to be trusted, and knowing how it all works, it makes it a lot easier to be trusted than it does making those silly rookie mistakes that people often make. Underground grader. There's a heap of work around the place at the moment. It's just everywhere. And we'll go through and have a look at the jobs on the map too before we finish. Charge up. Here we go, another Barminco entry-level mining campaign. They keep on putting this up and taking it down quite quickly. So we'll put that up again. You think that would be on page 1, but it's not. And that's why you need to have a look all the way through and understand what's going on and how you're going to do it all, and not just, go into it blind and with rose-coloured glasses on. Because that's the biggest problem that I see, people going into it with rose-coloured glasses on, thinking that everything's going to be easy and it's all going to work out all right. See, that's on page 5, so yeah. underground, store person, boilermakers, under manager, fitter, senior manager, mine utility. It's another. Okay, so they've run this mine utility job 2 weeks in a row now, so not sure what's going on with that. You would have thought that that would have been a fairly easy job to fill. Maybe somebody is trying to make it look like they are advertising it enough, so when they pick their friend for the job, there's nobody going to call any shenanigans on it. I was even surprised that they put an ad up for it. I thought it just would have gone straight to a friend straight away. Alright, we'll do one more and then we'll have a look at the price and the map of where all the jobs are from around the country. Underground all round. Okay, we'll call it quits there and we'll come over and have a look at the gold price. And as you can see, it was in free fall on Friday evening. It is down over $60 from over $3,000 an ounce to just under $29.50. But still, keep that in perspective. It was over $3,000 an ounce, and it's only come off $50, so it's still $2,946 an ounce, which means everybody is making bucket loads of money. And the copper's the same. The copper's still up around $12,500 a tonne, and nickel is over $32,000 a tonne, which means that all the mining companies are making bucket loads of money, which is why everybody's trying to ramp up everything. What's interesting, unfortunately, and what's going on is the coal price. Since we last looked at it, it's taken a bit of a drop here off the edge here a couple of weeks ago by the looks of things, and it's not maintained that area that we wanted it to maintain. It's dropped down, and at this price, while I am not from the coal industry, I'm from the hard rock industry, so the underground side of things. From everything that I've been told, once it sort of slips down to around this price, because we export a lot of our coal overseas and there's transport costs and there's all sorts of stuff going on at this price, it's a lot of these mines start to get a bit iffy, so you just need to watch out on that. Hopefully it'll have a good bounce, especially coming into the next winter when everybody's going to be stocking up, so it'll go back up again and it won't affect too many people. Iron ore is hovering around just over $100 a tonne, which is where we talked about it, coming down to that area where people think it's going to range between 80 and 120. So that's right in the ballpark there. So this is our map from around the country with all the mines that are operating either gold or collecting the metals that are going into the batteries. And as you can see, there's lots of mines all over the country. The only place that there's not that many is in Victoria. They are starting to ramp them up and starting to open them up. So there's a lot of new mines slated for development in Victoria at the moment that people are trying to get up. There's a lot of mines reopening in Tasmania. There's a fair few. There's a lot of work around the middle of New South Wales for those that are looking. So there's all you can drive in, drive out from Victoria. A lot of people drive in, drive out of the Gold Coast. You've got all your fly in, fly out up here around Mount Isa and Charters Towers. That's fly in, fly out of Townsville and Brisbane. Also Cairns. In South Australia, you've got all the Oz Mineral sites that are now BHP sites since BHP bought them out, and Olympic Dam that are fly in, fly out of Adelaide. So you got that to look at. In northern WA, which a lot of places do, a lot of these mine sites like Savannah's do fly and fly out of Darwin. You've got these mines up this area, and over here in WA you've got all the mines that are fly and fly out of Perth, and you've got all the mines that are around Kalgoorlie. And that's how Dempsey got his job. He relocated from the eastern states over to Kalgoorlie, and like he says in the video, if you have a look yourself, he'll tell you that he had 3 interviews in the first day that he got here into Kalgoorlie, and he picked up his job within a couple of weeks and starting on $470 a day. So brilliant money. And he did the the Work Ready package. So with the Work Ready package, that's the one where Underground Training redo your resume for you. You get one of the shift bosses like myself to do interview prep and make sure that you've understood the training. So we ask you a bunch of mining questions and, basically become your mentor and, walk you through the process and answer any questions you've got and help you come up with a plan of where and how you're going to try and get in. With the DIY, it's all the same online training. In the back of the Australian Mining Seminar there's full instructions on how to redo your resume and interview prep questions. So there's all that in there, and you can use the mining jobs to apply for page to apply directly for the jobs once you finish the training. So I hope that locates a lot of the jobs that people are looking for, and there's some more jobs that people can apply to. And if it's your first time watching the video, I hope you got a lot out of that. And if you're a regular watcher, I hope you find your job shortly. So if you could share this video around and like and subscribe the channel. Thanks.